Remember, the SBI electoral bond data is in public domain now. Tamil Nadu Minister Palanivel Thiagarajan has spoken to us on the electoral bonds data. The minister and the DMK leaders of the view that the bond scheme was very bad for ensuring a level playing field and kept the opposition and the public in the dark. He also hit out at the government over misuse of the agencies and of the State Bank of India as well. Listen in.
So at the core of democracy is to have a level playing field, is to have accountability, is to have transparency, is to have strong institutions that prevent economic winners or business winners from effectively taking control of the governance, right? And many people have written about this. Long ago, Professor Rajan and his colleague at the University of Chicago wrote a book called Saving Capitalism from the Capitalists, where they talk about those who become so successful through lobbying, through donations, can subvert the democratic system. So in that sense, if we start from the basics that democracy is vital for having free market capitalism be successful and achieve growth and improve people's lives, as opposed to communism or dictatorship, then transparency and level playing fields are vital to a democracy. In my mind, this electoral bond scheme was completely the antithesis of transparency and level playing field, right? It was atrociously bad, one-sided. Why? It's more than the fact that the funding is opaque. Because there's no way you can run a system that is opaque to everybody, including the government. So what this system did, it built a platform where the government knew not only who was donating to it, but also who was donating to its opponents, whereas the opponents knew nothing. The public knew nothing. So this was actually an atrociously bad design, where it gave one-sided information to the ruling party who could get all details about everybody, and the rest of the state, the country, the people were left in the dark. So though it came very late, in my opinion, this should have been struck down as anti-constitutional or unconstitutional on the day it was announced or shortly thereafter. Though it is 6 years late, I welcome this judgment because it is, as the data now shows, it has saved the last vestiges of democracy. Because whatever I said hypothetically would be a problem in an opaque system where only the government got the information, preliminary analysis of the data shows it is that and worse. We have seen so many cases of quid pro quo, positive and negative. That is to say, people who are under investigation, people who have already been raided, targeted, end up paying money and getting the investigation quashed. People who are about to get contracts pay money and get contracts. People who have got contracts then go and pay money. So this quid pro quo, which is against the very fabric of democracy, has been institutionalized through this kind of atrociously bad scheme